You have about 60,000 thoughts a day. So it's probably a good idea to think about what thoughts are and create a new relationship with them. It can change your life a lot. So here are 3 insights about your thinking that you probably never thought about before. The first one is kind of obvious. You make sense of the world through your thoughts. Let's think this through. Sound waves reach your ears, or light waves reach your eyes, but that's just raw data. When you see something or you hear something, then your brain has to make sense of it. It has to attach meaning to what you're seeing or hearing. It has to tell you a story about that. And that is exactly what thoughts are. That's your mind's, your brain's attempt to make sense of the world. An important understanding here is seeing the relationship between thinking and feeling. Now, at 60,000 thoughts a day, there are just too many to create a feeling in you every time you have a thought. But some of those thoughts, they will land in your consciousness and then they create a feeling. And those are kind of the ones you want to pay attention to and play around with. Because what happens when you have a thought, it creates a sensation in your body that we call a feeling. Some of those feelings are pleasant and you want to keep them, like joy and happiness and even curiosity. Those are the kind of feelings that make you feel expansive. But there's also feelings that make you feel more constricted. That would be, for instance, stress or worry or overwhelm. I would even categorize overwhelm as a feeling. Now, having negative feelings, having negative emotional experiences is part of the human condition. You don't want to get rid of all your negative feelings. But what you want to see is that you are the one creating it. Through your thinking, by how you are framing a situation, by how you're thinking about events and circumstances, you create those feelings. And once you see that, it's easier to just let them pass through your body, to be willing to experience them without attaching too much meaning to them. Now, here's an important insight about feelings. If you think of them as a feedback loop back to your thinking, they become a lot more useful. So they give you insight, they give you feedback on the clarity of your thinking, or the quality even, or the usefulness of your thinking. You don't just want to get rid of the thinking, but taking note of that is so important and can be so valuable. Now, the second insight. You do not have to believe everything that you think. Where does your thinking come from? Where does my thinking come from? I call it the 3 Ps. It comes from your parents, your peers, or your professors. I'm just using it because I like alliteration. But your parents, obviously, that's an obvious one. Your parents believed things, they told you certain things, and you just took on their thinking. But also your peers, the people around you, they have opinions about things, and without questioning it, you just believe it. You take it on as your own. And then professors, that would be like, it's a category of people that are your mentors, that are your teachers, people that you look up to. It can even be, people in the media that you look up to. They also have opinions, and you just take on those opinions without questioning them. But you don't have to do that. Some of that thinking that you got from those 3 sources, they can become habitual. They become so familiar, so like old friends, that you don't even realize you're thinking it. but you do not have to believe everything that you think. It's actually a good idea to sometimes question your thinking and ask, do I want to keep that? Is that true? Is it that forever true? Is it true of my life right now? Whatever I believed before. I love this quote by Walt Whitman. Re-examine all that you've been told. Dismiss that which insults your soul. What I love about this is he's asking us to evaluate thoughts at a deeper level, not an intellectual level, a soul level, a spirit level, a consciousness level, that deeper being that you are, to evaluate, to taste test almost some of those thoughts. I'm letting go of that one. The third insight, you do not have to keep thinking something that doesn't suit you. You do not have to keep thinking anything. Thoughts are incredibly fleeting. I sometimes say that your mind is like the blue sky, and thoughts are just clouds drifting through your consciousness. They are very fleeting. We know this. At some level, we know this. That is why we write things down, so that we wouldn't forget. We know that thinking is very transient, but we forget it sometimes. Sometimes we hold onto some thinking that's really not serving us. So here's an analogy that can be useful in this regard. If you thought of your thoughts as thought buses, you were sitting there at the bus stop waiting for a bus to come by. You got on this thought bus, but after a while you realize, I don't like where this thought is taking me. It's taking me to the graveyard and I want to go to the park. What you need to do then, metaphorically speaking, is ring the bell, get the bus to stop and get off. And on the bus stop, wait for the next thought to come along. And along it will come, because that's just the way of thinking. It's just that transient. At 60,000 a day, a better one will be along soon. So that's the 3 insights I wanted to share with you today about your own thinking. Realize that you are the one creating it. And then your thinking creates your feelings, and use that feeling as a feedback loop. The second one is, you do not have to believe everything that you think. You don't even know what the source of the thinking is. Taste test your thinking at a soul level. And the third one is, you do not have to keep thinking something that feels uncomfortable, that doesn't serve you. If you like this video, you're going to like the next one as well. Check it out over here.